defense. So watch the 3 lines of defense. I'm just gonna feed Ethan straight punches, 1s and 2s. If I change levels, he has to change levels with me. Every time I change levels, when I come up, I feed him something, right? If you're a little more advanced, you can add in some stuff. You know, you guys know how to play this game. But my first line of defense is just my level change, right? Just that, he's gotta change level with me. If he stays up and I drop underneath, that's gonna give me my shot, right? So that's the first line. Second line, as I start to draw him in, I'm just gonna reach for his hips. See that? All I'm trying to do is just level change. I step in there and reach for his hips. Just like that. If I can grab his hips, he messed up. His second line of defense is his frames here. His forearms. Forearms. Right? That's his second line of defense. Third line of defense, whenever I'm feeding these, here, I'm just gonna touch the mat. He's gonna sprawl. Every time he comes up, I like to feed the knee. Keep everybody honest. 1, first line of defense. 2, second line of defense. 3, 4. Every time I bang the mitts together, that was weak as fuck. Edit, edit, edit. Let's go, like a piston step. That's a 6-punch straight blast. Every time I bang him, your fat ass in shape, Melisano. All they want to do, hey, let's go. Just play. Hey, listen, if you're feeding, you're responsible for the person behind you. All right, so watch, so look, so we worked that. Next week I want to add the sprawl, the actual sprawl kind of into that drill to warm up with. So I want to break that down and kind of how it works out. So we're just going to work this cool drill. So when Ethan shoots, I always want to turn my hips towards his head, okay? So all Ethan's going to do is just shoot with his head on the inside here. I'm going to turn my hips towards his head. I'm going to stuff and cover his head like that. See how I'm lacing down here? I'm not sticking my feet in the mat. He can continue to drive. I look to push off, and I'm gonna reset.
Laces out, Dan.
That's right. Laces out.
Laces out, Marino.
Ace Ventura, no?
What do you know? They're little footballs.
Laces out.
I mean, I know you would know. I know Barry knows, obviously. I just don't know if the rest of you know Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Jim Carrey before he got like, I guess he was always weird, before he got like really weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
When he shoots with his head on the outside here, I'm gonna turn my hips towards his head, my shoulders on top of his, I'm heavy shoulder. I'm gonna stuff and cover, laces down, push, post here off the head, circle out. So he's gonna shoot head on the inside, whoop, stuff and cover. I wanna put my hips over his head. Leg curl, my hips go over his head. Post, up and reset. He's gonna shoot to the outside, turn my hips towards the head. Stuff, cover, post, circle out. That's the drill. One side's gonna shoot, so we're just gonna do this 2 minutes back and forth, then we're gonna move to what we're actually working. Yes? Hips towards the head, stuff and cover the head with your hips. I push his head down. This is the leg he's attacking, so I leg curl here. I cover the head with his hips. My laces are down. I don't want to wrap over his armpits because we'll get into all that later. I want to keep my hands back here, control, work my way back to my shoot. Yes?
Yes, sir.
On 3, 1, 2, 3. Do it. So, the last couple weeks, we've been talking about this ground and pound defense. Starting from here, Coach Ethan works his way up, frees his head. Now I'm here, punches start to come from the outside. But what we haven't talked about is when they stand up and he starts to get away from me. Okay? When he stands up and he starts to get away from me. So he got away from me here, he stands all the way up. And when I've lost control of him, what I want to do is I want to make him back up. I don't have to rush. Okay? I want to make him back up. So I'll start to attack. Right? Don't do that to your partner. See how I'm just touching here? Just a touch. Whack. On the inside. I'll kick in his head. See how I'm attacking him? See, I have this shield right here. At any point in time, if he tries to jump in and try to punch me, whatever, he's standing up. I can kick him. If he tries to stay here, I'm just going to bicycle until I get my back off the mat. Now I get this post. Now I can start to work my technical get up. See how he gave me that space? I might even try to attack him one more time, get him to back up, then I come up. What I don't want to do is I don't just want to stand up right here. I'm going to die. Right front. I need to get him moving backwards, and now I can move backwards as well. Now I get up safe. That's number one. Someone stands up, don't try to keep him. You lost control, you lost connection with him. Don't try to hang on to him. Bicycle kick, they'll back up. So we're going to start from here. He's going to bicep control, free his head. I know I can't stand here. He stands up, and there, that's where he is. What he's going to look to do is control my feet, pass my feet to one side, and without even passing, I mean, he's just going to try to punch me through. Bow. See that? Well, if he stands up, I start to kick. It's legal in MMA, and even if in a self-defense situation, who cares? It's definitely legal. All of it's legal, right? Now, look, I don't do this to your partner, but I have targets here. That hurts, right? That hurts. Right, so on the way up, I can start to attack those targets. I don't want you to do that to your partner, I just kind of want you to touch here. Right now, I want him, doing that. That's what I want. If he stays there, I'll continue to attack. You see how, as he backs up, I start to sit up. So I make him back up. Here, back up. And I'll do this one of a couple ways. One, let me just see you bicycle them, get him moving back. He starts to get away from me, stands up. I just want you to kick your way up. Let me see the technical get up. I didn't try to get up until he started backing up. Got it? We'll start there. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Bottom stays on bottom until I switch you. All right, so I just bicycle kick, I get him to back up, but sometimes that just doesn't get it done. So we're gonna do this in stages, okay? He's here, he starts to stand up, he's backing out, but he's holding me right there. I start to kick, he backs up a little bit, but he's kind of still here. There's the little side kick, John Jones to the knee. You dirty son of a bitch, right? You dirty bastard. Legal. Sorry. I forgot I didn't have shin pads on. Whack on the calf. There's my targets. There's my targets. And that, as he steps up, I start to work my way up. Next stop is here. I can attack with the bottom leg. I can attack with the top leg. Okay? Here, I'm attacking him. Making him back up. As soon as he takes the step back that I want, I'm up and away. If I start to get up and he starts to press again, I just go right back to here. I don't let him put me on my back. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be here with him like that. I can't have this. Right, nah, dog, you gotta go. You gotta go. Here's what I need. Now we can start over. Okay? So now I work my way up. I bicycle, he backs up just enough for me to come to here. I slide back, he starts to feel comfortable stepping in. I start to attack. Notice I'm not attacking Coach Ethan very hard, except the one time on accident. My bad. Just touch. Just touch. See where his head is? If you're a G. Bam, bam. Go back up. Work your way to your feet. Yes? Ninja shit. You can do it. You got a chain hanging out, man. You got this. On 3, 1, 2, 3.
Let's see the chain, dog.
Was it a chain?
Yeah, you got a chain. I like it. I'm a fan.
Yeah, so now we're in that. Everybody understands what happens if I totally lose control of him, right? If I lose control of his hands, I lose my connection. I don't try to get it back. I just kick him off. I get him to back up. If I can get him to back up, I can now get up. I'm going to make him make space, and then as I come up, I am also going to make space. Being careful not to get kicked in the face, a la Eric Anders, 50 G's. Tee it up, yeah, like kicking a field goal, right? We don't want that. So, as I start, come on down, get on in here, boy. All right, as he starts to stand up, I feel him want to do that, right? Go ahead. He starts to stand up. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep connected with one of his hands. I want 2 hands on one. That's one. Now I can kick here, kick here. I can post on this one. I can kick here and kick here. And I can kind of use his own hand against him. 2 on 1. So I just want you to kind of play around with this first. Okay. Kind of play around with that. If he tries to step in, see how he's there? If he tries to step in and punch me with that right hand shot, that's in the way. My head's over here. Now I'm in a position where I can start to get into some of my other attacks. Okay? And there's 2 specific. I don't prefer this for obvious reasons. If I miss, if there's a mistake. Plus, when he's standing up, typically, it's usually to try to punch me. He kind of offsets his feet already. Right? See how I want to make the space? Now I'm here, 2 hands on one. And I'm looking to kick, kick. If he gets away from me and backs up, cool, that's what I want. I can get back to my feet. Right? If he starts to try to maneuver around me to punch, that's when my sweeps are going to open. Which we'll get to that in just a second. So I just want you to play around with that on each phase. I'm here, he frees his head. What do I have to do now?
Stay connected.
Yep, I lost control of his head. Hips and hands. He stands up, starts to get away from me. Lost his hips. I got 1 hand, 2 on 1, good. But I'm far away from this one. My head's off to this side. I'm pulling him in, I got a nice platform. And I'm not married to this. I can switch if I need to, and I can kick. Bop, bop. And I just want you to play here. Okay. Sometimes when he stands up, maybe go ahead and I get a hold of just this one, right? If he turns away and runs, cool. Technical getter. If he stays there, we'll get into sweeps. Yes? On 3, 1, 2, 3. Do a couple of different parts. So 1, I lose control, but I'm able to hang on to, go ahead. I'm able to hang on to one of his arms, okay? So the drill we're gonna do is I'm just gonna start here with this 2 on 1 grip, and I'm gonna start here just like this. My foot's in his hip, the same side I have his arm, that foot's in his hip, okay? Just like that. Everybody see that? I'm gonna reach down, I'm gonna grab the foot, okay? So I'm in this exact same grip, but now instead of kicking him, I'm just gonna hook right here. When I do that, I just reach for this foot. I have a pull, push on the left side of his body. 3 points of contact, and then I've got the far leg here. Everybody see that? We're just gonna start here. This is called the tripod position. I'm gonna say tripod. You're gonna go here. And then I'm gonna say West Coast, and you're gonna switch your feet. You're not gonna switch your hands. You're only gonna switch your feet. I'm gonna say tripod, foot in the hip, reconnect. See how my hips are facing him? Now watch, when I switch to West Coast, watch what happens. Zoop. See how my butt is right there, my hip is in line with his head, and I'm here, like a side kick if I was into karate. Right? Little side kick right there in his waist. Don't kick your partner in the junk. I shouldn't have to say that, but there's your daily disclaimer. Not to kick your partner in the junk, yeah? And I'm gonna say tripod. You're just gonna switch your feet. My hips are facing him. West Coast, tripod. West Coast, tripod. Just like that. Everybody got the drill? Start with a 2-on-1. Get your connection. 3 points of contact on one side. I'm pulling on the foot on the other side. Start from the tripod. And then I'll do the call-out drill. And then I'll show you how to finish. Then we'll get into a drill. Yes? On 3, 1, 2, 3. Do it. Look, hey, listen. Look at me. Shut up, Barry. Look at me. There is no thumbs. I'm just making a hook right here. Okay, in the glove, this is hard. You don't have anything. I want to hook behind his ankle here. Now we're going to go into the finish. So watch the finish. Okay, he starts to stand up. I start up in my tripod position. From the tripod, watch the finish. I pull, and I'm going to push with my foot here. And I want to think about floating him, just barely floating him for half a second here. I'm going to stand up without putting my feet on the floor. See how I used his wrist to pull me up? I kept his foot. I'm just going to pass this. Right? If I lose control here, that's fine. I went from bottom to top. Now he's on bottom. Better spot for me. So again, I'm in this position. There's my tripod. I just give a little pull right here. A little tug. Like those massage parlors you're not supposed to go to. Yeah, Barry knows. See? You always count on Barry. Right? 3 pulls. Pull, 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 and a push. Zoop. I stand up without putting my feet on the floor. X pass. Yes, we had a gi. I've got a wrist and an ankle. X pass. Stand up, give him the good news. Yes? On 3, 1, 2, 3. This is 1 for 1. You gotta stand up without putting your feet on our hands on the mat. Go, go, go. Fast. I gotta move fast. So look, that's my tripod. Okay? There's the tripod. From here, I attack the West Coast. Okay? You can just keep it right there. So from the tripod, I'm gonna get to the West Coast. We're gonna start in the finishing position first. Pull, 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 push. All I did was switch my feet and get off to the side. It's just like a scissor sweep, but it's when they stand up. From when they stand. Long range scissor sweep. That's all I'm doing. This is gonna, I pull, pull, pull. Now watch this foot. His foot has to go to my butt. And again, I'm not gonna put my hands on the mat. And I'm sitting on his leg now. All I gotta do is beat his knee with my chest. I never let go of his wrist. I use the wrist to pull me up. Now I just need to beat his knee with my chest, and I can pass if I want to, or I can sit here in half guard and bust him up. However I want to play. One more time. So again, I'm in this spot. Zoop. Kick off to the West Coast. I'm in the spot with the 2-on-1. I'm gonna kick to my side. Pull, 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 and a push. Yes? Just a scissor sweep. The push makes his foot light. Without the push, his foot's gonna be heavy. Yes? On 3, 1, 2, 3. When they stand up, you start to kick a little bit. They sit down, you get a hold of their arm, and I want you to execute one of the sweeps that we went over. Now watch what I was looking at here. The problem you guys were having is when you were trying to come up. Okay, so I'm here, I switch off to this West Coast sweep. Watch how easy I missed the West Coast. Tripod's right there. Okay, that happens a lot. We'll talk next week about what happens if he steps way back behind them. I can start to wrestle up here. There's games that we can play. Steps way back behind himself. If you're in the unicorn tights and yeah. That's just for the camera, baby. It's just for the camera. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. Okay? But if you're going to, make it look cool. Did I look cool? Hell yeah, I look cool. Hell yeah, I look cool. Right? So again, we'll start from here. Coach Ethan stands up. I make my contact. I'm thinking about kicks. He's hanging in there. There's my sweep. Come up and pass. Notice how when I come up, I'm sitting on his leg. Right? The same sweep that I just hit him with, if I come up and I do this, I step across, he's gonna hit me with the same move. Don't get caught in that. So when I hit my sweep, whether it's the tripod or the West Coast, see I'm sitting on his leg, I got control of it. See how low I am? I drop my hips in front so he can't get his knees to his chest. Then I can pass or I can move to a ground and pound position. Depends on what game we're playing. Yes? So I just want you guys to play around a little bit, give each other just a little bit of energy real quick. I'm going overtime and I don't give a shit. I'm the fucking boss. On 3, 1, 2, 3. The heave again. Right, now I can move to back attacks. Right, but if I can get him to step way back behind, like a lot of times guys will step here and try to pass this and step around over it. You'll get that sometimes. If he takes that step too far back, I'll start to sit up. There it is. And I'm here, or I don't know, either way it's stupid.
Well, me and Hodge have been doing 50-50 stuff. So like that was an entry we were doing out of De La Riva the other day. I like it.
It's just I'm just rolling. Why? Stand up. Here. See where he is? I'll sit up a lot of times with this ball and chain, right? Try to wrestle up. This is my ball and chain sweep, right? But I'll be here. This, if I can tack this knee, now watch. Grab the knee. Kick.
No, I can't do that one.
You can do the sweep,
Yeah, I can do the sweep.
but
Even though
there's a lot better shit to do.
that is sexy.
It looks cool. You get cool points. Style points. Right? Material to cover. We're going to continue to work on that and build on that and get to where we can play this whole game, right, from bottom when they stand up, so that I know I'm 100% safe if I wind up there. In an MMA fight, in any kind of fight, you might very well wind up there, yeah? Good shit. So real quick, well, I'm not gonna line you up, bow out, none of that stuff. I just want you to take your gloves off, drop your gloves off, jump back on the mat for no gi, yes? Good shit. Thank you very much. All right, let's go. No gi, line up, on the wall, on the fence, on the fence, on the fence.